Hello, and welcome to the Money and People podcast, the show that connects the dots between financial success and the power of human capital. Today, Henry and myself are doing something different. What are we doing today, babe?
Well, we are going to have a couples tag. So, what that means is we'll ask each other personal questions, personal-ish questions. Yeah, I think that's the long and short of it.
Yeah, just so that our audience can get to know us a bit better, other than just us talking about money and people all the time. So, do you want to go first?
Sure. Question number one. If you're on a desert island, if you're on a deserted island, what three things would you want with you?
I want a plane ticket back home because what am I doing on a deserted island in the first place? So I'd want food, water, and the way back home. You?
Well, it's probably water. So, food, subscription to EPL,
Wow.
and Showmax.
So wait, you would be in the deserted island and wanting to watch soccer?
Eventually, I'll get back home, but in the meantime, let me mourn while watching soccer.
Okay. Do you have a catchphrase?
No, no, I'm not. No, not that I can think of. You?
I think you would be the best person to tell me if I had one.
It's not for public consumption.
Really?
Mm.
But they're supposed to be like getting to know us better.
I'd rather not say. Yeah, I'd rather not. Sorry, guys.
Okay, sometimes you do like to say, let me tell you something, but I think you just say it jokingly, not that it's your catchphrase, but because of some meme video somewhere where they said, let me tell you something.
Probably. Maybe it's one of those that just caught on unconsciously, but I don't even notice. So, no, it was hard to think of. It's actually hard to think of one.
Okay.
Yeah. You could instantly master any skill. What would it be?
Mm, I think I like to lie to myself that I can probably learn how to do pottery.
Mm-hmm.
It looks nice when they're like molding the clay, and I think I can make perfect teapots.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think I can master it, but that's just me in my fantasies. I'm not really sure if I can. And you?
Is flying a skill?
Oh yeah, flying a plane because you like
Yeah.
planes.
So no, straight up, just planes. Just give me a plane.
Yeah,
Yeah. Sometimes think I can actually fly without
yeah.
going through classes. I can just get in, but don't put me on the watch list at the airport.
He's delusional from watching air crash investigations and other
The
planes.
best investigations show, guys.
What's your idea of a perfect day?
Mm, my perfect day would be some exercise in the morning, possibly running or an early morning soccer game. We used to do those quite a lot. And then I'm picturing this as a weekend, not a work day.
Yeah.
Of course, I would watch my so let me map it out. So morning, go for a run. Get back, get dressed up, go with family. Just do a long drive to nowhere with family. Stop somewhere, maybe have a bite, and yeah, get back home, watch my soccer game, maybe watch series, play with my daughter, and yeah, simple as that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think for me it's same as yours, except I wouldn't include the soccer part. Maybe I would go to the cinema at that point and watch a movie. And I think I would also include like I don't know, just some quiet downtime with a book, just relax and having some tea by the side. Because, well, I appreciate being out there and doing all those stuff. Then there just has to be that moment for me just to quiet down. Yeah.
Mm, all right. And what's the most adventurous thing you've ever done?
The bungee, is it bungee jumping? Gorge
Gorge
swing
swing.
that we did together.
Yeah, that was fun. I think, yeah, I'd go for the same as well. I think it was very high risk, very exciting, worrisome, and also you also have to look at someone you just married. You have to look after them because you're like, ish, this thing cuts. If it snaps, then you had a short-lived wedding. So Gorge swing was great. Yeah.
Yeah, I think the adrenaline rush
Mm-hmm,
is
mm-hmm.
what made it our most adventurous moment. If you could switch lives with someone for a day, who would it be?
Me.
What do you mean?
That's just me. I don't think there's
Uh-uh.
someone I would like to switch lives with. I like myself too much.
Really?
Nah, not switching.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I would switch with just any man. I feel like they have it like chilled and easy. So I would just like to see what it's like to live as a man for a day.
You know that suicides are higher on the male side, right?
But I
It's
also
tough. It's tough. It's not
look,
easy being a man.
look.
There's a reason yeah.
There's a
eh,
reason we do what.
Let's not go there, but it's tough being a man.
Okay. It's
Mhm.
also tough being a lady. We are like the minority in terms of we are marginalized, we're not given opportunities like men. So maybe just to live like a man for a day.
Remember, we're not given these opportunities. We had to take them. It's just that we started perhaps earlier, so it looks like we're given, but we
Okay.
had to.
We won't go into the politics of it.
Hmm.
I would like to be a man for a day.
Okay. What is the most unusual food you've ever tried and liked?
Okay, there was one time I ate snail at, I think that was 10 and tender. There was a starter snail dish that I tried, and I'll admit it wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. What's yours?
Mm, let's see. Let's see. Uh, Maybe a grasshopper. Could have been a grasshopper.
Is that unusual, really? Most
Well,
Zambians have eaten a grasshopper.
well, the first time you have it, you're really curious. I think we're out playing with friends. We found them, collected, and I think put them on fire. But you're like, what's this going to be like? You're curious. Can't think of anything else.
Hmm.
We might have to circle back.
Okay. And what's your go-to comfort food?
Lasagna.
I was thinking he would say oxtail.
No, oxtail is regulatory. Oxtail is the law. It's not for comfort.
Mm.
It's a human right.
Mm. Human rights. Sorry for the vegetarians.
Shit. I was going to say shit. Sorry. Sorry.
What is my go-to comfort food? I would say mac and cheese. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And she cooks it well. Trust me, I know. What's the best advice you've ever received?
Well, I think for me, the best advice I've ever received is just there's always room for improvement. When I was growing up and my dad would say that to me, I always hated it because I'm like, then does it mean like no matter if I do my best, then like it doesn't count? But
Mm.
now that I'm older, I think I see it as um, we can always do better. We think that it's our best, but we can always push ourselves harder. So that's how come there's always room for improvement. Yeah. What's the best advice you've ever got?
We've gotten a lot of advice from a lot of friends, right? And you're always grateful for the good advice. If I can pick one, it's in three words. Take your time. I think sometimes you are always rushing, fearing you're going to miss out or you're going to lose out on this. And think I first got that from watching The Secret
Mm-hmm.
back in uni. It was more of take your time, don't
Mm-hmm.
fight. There's enough for everyone.
Yeah.
So sometimes I think even in a work setting, you find there's one task and everybody's fighting for it. They want to impress the boss. And I'm
Yeah.
like, there's so much work to do. There's enough.
For
There's enough for
everyone.
everyone. There's no need to fight. The world is so big.
Okay.
Yeah. If you could watch one TV show for the rest of your life, what would it be?
A TV show, not a movie.
Okay,
Well,
I was going to
I,
leave it open.
if it's a movie, I think I could watch Pocahontas several times. I already have. And also Sarafina. I know my choices are so funny. They're not even that popular. What are yours? Or what's yours?
For mine to definitely be a movie.
Mm-hmm.
Think I always watch movie once and never go back to it again. But there's one movie which I think I've seen 1,000 times before. My best friends know it. Yes. Okay. They're probably not watching, but to have to be Lucky Number 11.
Okay.
That's just the greatest movie ever.
What's the one thing you've always wanted to learn but never did?
Flying.
I could have answered that. I even knew that answer you were going to give. Ish. What's mine? What's the one thing you've always wanted to learn but never did? How to ride a bike.
Eh?
Yeah,
So you can't.
yeah. I thought you already know that.
I mean, we've never really ridden bikes before, so I never pictured it. Okay, we'll get to work.
Yeah. So when I was young, my parents used to buy me bicycles, but I would just ride for a few meters, then I would fall down, and that discouraged me. But my young brother would get my bicycles and then he would ride them. He was much smaller than me, and those bicycles were bigger, but he learned using my bicycles. So I think in the process, I just got discouraged and lost interest.
Mm.
Yeah.
No, we're going to fix that. We shall ride a bike. If you could be famous for one thing, what would it be?
Hmm. That's such a hard question. I've never thought of that.
Mm.
Like most of the other questions, I've probably thought of them, but the others, well, maybe something creative, like, creating or writing a book that's about something that you've not thought about. It would obviously push me like to be outside of my comfort zone, right? But I think just something creative. Or even cooking a very delicious dish because I'm very creative in the kitchen. So baking something you've never tasted. Yeah. And you?
I'll be the judge of that. Um, if I could be famous for one thing, I think I'll be like the champion of integrity in this industry and life in general. Anyway, I won't go much to life, but I think sometimes in the workspace, in organizations, I think the one thing that bums me a lot is integrity, just the lack of it. And sometimes it feels as though it's such a simple thing, but you're always like, how hard is this?
Yeah.
How hard is it to just do the right thing?
Yeah.
But you then realize that maybe it's not that easy, and we all, need to play that part. So I would work in those lines.
Okay.
Yep.
Cool. Then, if you could give one piece of advice to your younger self, what would it be?
You're doing okay. Just keep going. Yeah.
I think for me, it would just be that you are enough. Because I think there was always that aspect of just doubting if what I'm doing is enough. So while that advice from my dad to there is always room for improvement, yeah, it motivated me, but it also had the double impact of sometimes making me feel like, is my effort enough, even if I give it my best?
Mm-hmm.
So just that I am enough. Yeah.
Okay. And if you could have dinner with any historical figure, who would it be?
Maya Angelou. I was a huge fan. I read all her 7 biographies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I loved Maya Angelou so much. And if she was alive, I would just love to have met her. And you?
For Maya Angelou, the first time I heard of her was when watching the Boondocks, and I think the guys kidnapped the wrong person, and they're
Really?
like, "We didn't get the right one." It's like, "This is
Really?
Maya Angelou." It's like, "And I rise, Angelou." So
What are you even talking
I
about?
should watch the episode, you'd understand better. But okay,
Okay.
does Tupac qualify to be a historical figure?
I guess so.
Okay, so it's a huge debate between Tupac and I was always growing up. We had East Coast West Coast beef, even in Zambia, surprisingly. So
Eastern Province, Western Province, be
mm-mm. East
the
East
same East Coast from the
East
US.
East Lusaka, West Lusaka. So you had them
No.
as Dale Shanoko, then Avondale East. Okay,
Really?
that's not true, but yes, you had allegiances. So I was always with the Tupac people. My brother and the rest of them were BIG people, and it was either you were either this or that. But I think on a more serious note, it would have to be Napoleon Hill, simply because he summarizes everybody you would have wanted to hang out with because he spent time with all of the great people of the, if you can call it, the Industrial Revolution. So as opposed to picking one from the revolution, pick the guy who spent time with them already and get that knowledge from him. So it would be Napoleon Hill.
Okay.
Yeah.
And if you could have a conversation with any animal, which one would it be and
A
why?
dog.
Why?
I don't know. They just, well, we spend more time with them, but you're trying to figure out, you're trying to communicate. Mm, my dog always looks like it's trying to listen to what I'm saying to it, but it looks like it wants to pay attention. You can even tell. It's like, what are you telling me to do? It's like you're telling it sit, or you're telling it go get your ball or something. Like, I want to do what you're saying, I just don't know what you're saying. So yeah, if we could have a rapport, life would be easy. And you?
I think it would also be a dog. Just like you, I'm always wondering what our dog is thinking. Like, what are you thinking? Why are you doing what you're
Hmm.
doing?
Okay. No, Hunter, if you are watching or listening.
Really?
Yeah. What was your favorite TV show growing up?
Wish I had a lot. I used to love watching TBN when I was younger. So I used to like watching Kobe's Clubhouse. I used to love watching Circle Square and Superbook. Basically, I just liked everything on TBN. What was yours?
Well, if I'm going to go open and honest, and I'm just going back to what I was watching as it were, those shows I'll never miss would be the A Team,
Yeah,
Moonlighting.
yeah.
I'll try out for Hammer House or Horror once in a while, but the A Team, Moonlighting, Night Rider,
What
yeah.
about Roger Ramjet?
Look, if we're going to go there, then we might as well speak to what?
Ghostbusters, Shira.
Ghostbusters, He-Man, She-Ra, and them. Yeah,
But Roger Ramjet was classic.
Sport Billy.
Scott Bailey. What's the furthest you've ever been from home?
Just essay.
Why are you saying just?
Hey, people have been places.
Really?
It has been a 2 hour flight
Really?
for work.
No, he's lying. Cape Town, Cape of Good Hope. That's the furthest you've been. Hmm.
Yeah.
Mine is Dubai.
No, no, you see,
What?
That's
Okay,
crazy. That's
just
just
Dubai, since we're adding just.
okay. Maybe we're speaking to the universe to go further.
Yeah.
What is the strangest thing you've ever seen?
Strangest. Hmm. I mean, I've seen a lot of strange things, but I feel like I'm being put on the spot and I can't think of one particular thing. Can you think of one?
Mhm.
I think it's not something he wants to say. It looks like he has something, but he doesn't want to say
Nah,
it.
nah, no, I'm good. Yeah, that's your turn. Food or sleep? Food or sleep? Which would you choose to be alive?
Sleep. My immediate instinct was to say food because I love food, but I know they say after a certain number of hours you start hallucinating because
That's
you're sleep
thinking.
deprived. So ish, maybe it's sleep. You?
Food.
Mm?
Have to eat.
Okay. Says someone who usually sleeps after they are full.
It was the food. Food came first. Sleep was an option.
Really?
It was an
And
afterthought.
okay. And the last question is, what is one thing you cannot live without?
Some of these questions. Um, as I grow old, I think it's my family.
Oh,
Mm,
sweet.
yeah. You?
Mm, I think my family also, but for me first would be God. Like I put my faith first, so I can't live without God. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So I think that was the last question, and we hope that you've enjoyed getting to learn a bit more about us.
No, it was fun. I remember we used to do these a lot in our early days when we started dating, and they do have a way of helping create that bond.
Yeah. And
So
we
no, it
still
was
do, right?
yeah, no, we do.
Once in a while.
Yeah, we were doing it not too long ago. So
Yeah.
no, fun times. Hope you guys can try it too.
Yeah, try it. And if you want a list of the questions, we can always send it to you. Just put it in the comment question that you would like us to send them to you.
Yep.
So thank you so much for watching. Please remember to like, comment,
Share.
and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Bye.